Happy Thursday. Good morning. Welcome to the day before the weekend starts, almost. Yes, you join us here at Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. The cat is here, and we're going to be flying in the FSReborn FSR 500. Based, of course, on the old Piper Meridian, the M500. Beautiful general aviation aircraft. And today we're going to be doing some VIP charter operations with OnAir. So I'm looking forward to this, some flyage, and then when we're finished this, we're going to be rambling over and previewing our VATSIM flight for this evening. We're going to be taking the 777 for an old jolly out of Niagara Falls over to Cincinnati. I'm telling you, lads, it's all going to be happening now, you know. All me batteries are charging for things. We've an orange weather warning in Ireland starting tonight for rainfall. It's going to be raining, you know, sideways. Seemingly we're going to get 3 weeks. Was it 3 weeks? Yeah, 3 weeks of rain in about 12 hours. It's going to be wet out there. So I say, shag it, stay indoors, don't go outside. It'll be grand and safe, do you know? But you're all very welcome in. Hope you're having an awesome day. And, well, you know the story by now. These morning or daytime streams will start off. If you have any questions about Microsoft Flight Sim or your settings or hardware, whatever it is, well, do be sure to ask, and we can, you know, spend some time on trying to figure some stuff out. We're on the ground currently at Kilo Lima, Whiskey Lima. And, right, we've been continuing this kind of pattern as we're flying over the last few weeks. And, yeah, I'm looking forward to see what sort of VIP flights we can get for this. It's all about kind of, you know, earning a bit more currency, getting used to the systems that OnAir has to offer. And we're doing so in a beautiful, beautiful aircraft from FSReborn. So, don't make unnecessary sandwiches, right? That's the weather we're going to be having. But anyway, hope you're all keeping very well. Who's here in the chat this morning? We have a Tarnished Mossman. Good morning to you, buddy. Killswitch is here. 98 Vulcan. How's she cutting? Lead Ballooner is here. It's very windy around where I live. Yeah, it's wind, rain and everything. Tima, very good morning. Spitfire RAF 100 is here in the chat. Good morning to you, buddy. It's Aberdeenshire, the Impossible Face. Welcome in. Drew Bannon, good to see you. Now let me see. We're over here. Filthy. Top of the morning to you, bud. Malky Mac is here. Good morning to you. Chocks, you're very welcome in. Pop's Place. Welcome in, buddy. Hope you're well. Chocks, 5 in a row. To be fair, I've drank a lot of coffee this morning. No side effects at all. Right, you'd be shaking and buzzing. APU Inspector, 70 streams in a row, man. Thank you very, very much indeed. He says, hello, Kat. Murph and the chat. She has her eyes open. She's plotting, you know. You take it fierce handy there now, Kat. You hear me? No messing now or acting the ginnet. There's an ambush coming, you can feel it. But anyway, Sim Guy, good morning. Garg Gaming, hope you're well. Hello to everyone in Galway. Jimbo Stream, good morning. PH Roy is in the house, almost ready for the community event. Telling you, it's all kicking off soon, lads, isn't it? Jesus. So my plan now, I have a mad day today. I have a mad shagging day. So we're streaming now. Then when I finish, I have to go off and do the shopping, collect the missus, get home, shower, dinner, evening stream. And as soon as I'm finished the evening stream, I've just drive to Shannon, pick up the old fella who's flying Ryanair in from Tenerife. I'll get home at probably 1:30 a.m, probably. And then tomorrow morning, I'm up at 6:30 to get up into Dublin. I'm flat out now for the next 72 hours, you know. I'm going to be great fun. And I'm kind of tired today. I'm kind of shagged today. And this shouldn't be the case. You should be raring to go. So let this morning be my tired morning, and then the rest of them I'll just be zonked. You know, it'll be grand though. We'll get through it. Yes. Anyway, Apache, good morning. Roy says, Murph, I'll send you an updated package. Ooh, nice one. Do, Roy, do. Toto is in the house. Murph, if the weather is that back, would it be drier to swim across tomorrow? Listen, yes. Although in saying that, it's to lash rain tonight into tomorrow. And then I think again tomorrow night. But it's to kind of stop and be grand on Saturday, which is good news. Great news. Voyager, hope you're well. Thanks for the entertainment. You're more than welcome. Good to see you, buddy. Belbro is here. Welcome aboard. Hope you're well. Who else come in the door here now on this Thursday morning as we get up and running? Let me see. Erniette, good morning. Wrong Way is here. Stevie B, good morning from Tenerife. We're all doomed. Stormy. It's stormy out that neck of the woods. DM, good to see you. I've not flown the M500 in a while. Yeah, there's a lot of great aircraft in the sim now, isn't there? Johnny Mon calling in from Chicago. Hope you're doing well. He says, it's such an underrated aircraft. I first flew it for the first time in 2024, and you have to fly it more often. Yeah, it's an awesome plane. And there's tons of features built into it. Raoul did a phenomenal job with this. The Rock, good morning to you. We smell what you're cooking. Hope all is well. So, yeah, it's a great airplane, and a lot of the features in this, well, they carried on to the others. I mean, the hangar, if you like, the virtual hangar portfolio of FSReborn. There's some really cracking aircraft in there. The TL3000, we have the Sting, and of course we have the FSR 500, and more on the way. More on the way. So, yeah, it's going to be a load of fun. What else? I've been up to stuff now since we last spoke. I did about 2 hours of work last night after the stream, just getting things ready for Saturday. I'd be looking forward to Saturday night when it's all kind of... Oh, wait, I have to get an email as well. Oh, wait, hang on. We better check this, lads. Because I was told I was going to get an email. Hang on. No. What about this one? Oh, yes. Hang on. We have one. Right. How are you, Murph? Thanks for taking the call today. Yes. Grand. Let's have a look. Platters. Yellow vegetable curry samosas. Wait, what? Boneless hot chicken wings. Smoked salmon. What? We don't want smoked salmon. Are you mad? Taco platters. Wait now. Can we not just like get a mix of everything? No. Where's this now? Prosecco. Would you go way out of the garden? Who wants smoked salmon? Bloody hell. Boneless ribs, honey roast butternut squash, sage mozzarella panko. What's arancini? Whatever that is. Boneless hot wing skewers. They could be nice. Vegetable curry samosa. That could be fairly lively as well. That'll put you under pressure, wouldn't it? Then they do taco platters. Your choice of pulled pork, battered cod. What's with the fish? No one wants fish. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see here now. I'm not kind of mad on those options. Let's go back to them and negotiate. What do you reckon? Hello, person. Oh no, autocorrect is terrible. I once sent an email to Orla. Someone called Orla, right? And autocorrect. Well, let's just say it spelt it wrong. And Alan was another one. Oh, Jesus then, right? Some very sexy words were used. I was like, oh no, I've just called this person Oral. And then the next person, instead of being Alan, and it said something else. But anyway, let me see here now. We'll respond here now, lads. This is, wait, hang on. Cancel that. Delete the draft. Yes. Right. Respond. Now, MAIR. Right, Grant. Hang on. We'll type this in here real quick. Hello, MAIREAD. Many thanks. Just wondering, is there like a generic platter we had before with a mix of items? I think a platter was good for up to 12 people. Let's see what they say to that, right? You know, what do we think about DCS? It's very good. DCS is very good. Very, very good. Right, well, we need to, you know, they're rice balls. All right. Yes, rice balls. We'll give it an old blast. So, just had me audit at work, so I can now watch and listen along. This is Eamon. Nice one. Burgers and sausage rolls. Listen, if it was me, right, you know, a platter, chicken nuggets, onion rings, chips, cocktail sausages, and sausage rolls, marinated in a tomato sauce, or if you want to be a little bit kind of particular, a sweet chili dip. I mean, that's what I would do. I'm a matter what. The mini burgers could be nice though. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, Naughty Gnome, hope you're well, buddy. Cheese and pineapple on sticks. On cocktail sticks. Maybe grapes. Yes. I mean, right, we're not That's very fancy. We don't mind. But anyway, we'll see what the crack is. Do you remember the good old days? You go to a pub and they have like baskets. You know what I mean? Like chips and like cocktail sausages or chips and nuggets in a basket. Here you go. Right? They used to be like £6 each. Brilliant. Feed you. Keep you going. Put loads of salt on the stuff so you'd be absolutely dying for a drink, you know? Speak for yourself. I like a bit of smoked salmon. At the pub, though, drinking pints. I mean, the end result would be catastrophic, do you know? Wrong way, never tried it. It's worth a banal bash, you know? But anyway, see, things are happening even when they're not, and I'm still waiting on Mr. Man to ring me about measuring my blinds, you know? I've done a fish supper in the pub before. Jesus, no, that's dangerous, you know? Never a bad time for smoked salmon. When did I last have... Didn't they do like salmon on brown bread? Cold salmon. Do you ever get that? It's equally... I'm not one for fish. It looks horrible and tastes even worse. Some people like it though, you know. I don't. But yeah, that's what they do. But anyway, that's what goes on here, lads. You know, I'm supposed to be, you know, busy. Well, I am busy, but like... could go for the good stew. Or beef stroganoff. That was always a popular one. Curry or a stroganoff at an owl session. Burn them out off you. You couldn't talk to your friends. By the end of the night, that's right. Right, burn the gob off you. But anyway, right, we'll get started into this and see how we go. Are we ready, friends? Where's this now? Right. On over here now, and we say good morning to the beautiful FSR 500. Which of course is based on the M500, but for, you know, licensing reasons and all the rest. Piper being a great bunch of lads who probably wanted an extortionate amount of money to get some sort of licensing in place. Do you know? What's this now? The Irish Racing Greyhound. Wait, what? Gravelex? I don't know. We'll see what they say. Now, they could come back hot and heavy. They could turn around and say, no, Murph, you're not getting that. Shag off, will you? You know? Oh, wait, straight back. This is the only finger food options we have. Ah, for God's sake.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
I'm not too impressed with that. Like, platters for groups available from 6 p.m, right? But like, it's $14.95 per person. Yellow vegetable curry samosa. Boneless hot chicken wing skewers, arancini, boneless ribs, and smoked salmon. And house fries. That's a bit Irish now, isn't it? So... hang on now. $14.50 we said. $14.50. Bloody hell, like that's going to be an expensive night, isn't it? Because not everyone is going to eat that. People are just going to have some. You know what I mean? What do you reckon? Murphy, what does the extra screen stutter? Oh wait, why does my extra screen stutter when I enable lossless scaling? It depends on which screen you're using to scale, right? So what you're saying here is your extra screen stutter because lossless scaling is trying to lock in a particular frame rate for a certain display. But they shouldn't stay flickering though. Do you know what I mean? Motley, good morning, hope you're well. I requested the developer to add the standby instruments 2 years ago and still nothing. Standby instruments for this aircraft. Now when you say standby instruments, hang on. M500. Bum bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Let's have a look. You see, I think where you have an issue there is the developer has followed the actual plans of the aircraft. So if you look at the picture of the real machine, right? Well, there are no standby instruments. And the reason being is with the G1000s, but also if there was a G5, these have their own backup power source, right? So in terms of needing standby instruments, well, these instruments already have redundancy built into them, so that's probably why. Now, unless there's older variants of the M500 that has standby instruments, but like that's kind of like asking a developer, hey, you wouldn't just change your plane there because I wanted to do that. You know what I mean? Like there's a limit to what they're going to do. And adding in standby instruments, well, where do you put them? Does that make sense? Cy120, good to see you, buddy. I bet you I'm your only viewer in Cape Verde. Probably. Welcome in. Who's Aaron? Wait, who's this Aaron guy? And why is he in the middle of the food? I don't know. You're not getting that. Yeah, it's a bit like that, isn't it? P.S. Miranda, good to see you. Did we have a new update? For which? Why is my sim stuck at 0%? Never had this happen before. 98 Vulcan, try a VPN just for the crack. Just to see, because I know Microsoft servers were acting up a little bit this morning, which could be the reason. And no, there's no update as of yet. P.S. Miranda, it's the bog standard, and this is what we're flying in this morning. So yeah, this is a beautiful, beautiful aircraft. Now I need to go back to this crowd. I don't know what to do here, lads. I just don't know what to do, because that's, to me, that's wildly expensive. Like $14.50. That's you're basically buying everyone a dinner. Like that's, and like I'm not too impressed with the menu. So like that's just no thanks. Yours are all right. So I would say hold off on that, because like that that just doesn't suit. So hang on, we'll go back to this lady and say no worries. I'd say folks will just order from the menu instead. I'd say folks will just order from the menu instead, if that's all right. It's amazing what, like, you know, customer willing to spend money doesn't necessarily want what you have in the menu, but is still willing to spend money. If you just kind of tweak things, you'll get the money. If you don't tweak things, they'll say you're all right, thanks. It's mad, isn't it? Oh, but anyway, moving on. This machine, it is very pretty. Now I'm using a custom livery that I got from flightsim.to, because it changes some of the colorings and stuff. So that's what we're going to use. So it's actually put on the Piper symbol and the M500 up here onto the avionics bay. But it's a 2020 aircraft. REL made it completely compatible with 2024, and I gotta, like, I mean, you can see it. Like, this is a stunning aircraft. Incredible work on the modeling and the detailing. There was always kind of something I wanted. I really wanted to see kind of dirt and grime get on these aircraft, and then REL educated me to say, Murph, they were all spotlessly clean. I was like, what are you talking about? He goes, Murph, they're all spotlessly clean. So that made a lot of sense. So that's why it is very clean. And of course, well, the type of operation we're going to be flying with this aircraft today is using some VIP flights, some charter flights, right? So it comes fitted with a weather radar on the wing. We have our remove before flight to take care of here as well. Just going around having a quick look at the aircraft. The detail is just absolutely staggering on this machine. It's very, very pretty. Like, this is everywhere up there in terms of the, you know, kind of the style and the luxury of something like a TBM. It just doesn't have the same power. TBM would, you know, run laps around this thing, but it's still very, very nice. And it's a very kind of badass looking plane, because like you look at the where the prop is, you look at the cowling there, the thing is as wide, isn't it? Like, it's a huge wide machine, and the interior is done quite nice as well. So yeah, I do like this machine, and I'm looking forward to taking this for an L flight here now. Now, so what we're going to do, we'll jump in, lads, and welcome to the cockpit. And we have our tablet here over on our left hand side, and we have some options down here. We can lift up the old armrests. We have our overhead, And this is looking back into the cabin here as well, and it is very, very nice. I mean, we have our tray table here, we got our light switches, and you know, the entry doors, the pillows move. There's a whole load of stuff added in. Do you know what I mean? Go out for a cheeky Mackey's, probably. Do not know who you are, Merv. It's desperate, isn't it? Park next to you at the PH100, says Tarnish. Nice. Commander Balosh, good morning. No, I'm going to use, we're using a different livery for today, although we do have the Firefly Air livery. But yeah, I wanted to take this one out for a blast here today. So we get that closed. And we'll get ourselves situated into the cockpit. And we'll start focusing here now on our tablet to see where the aircraft is at. So we can move this tablet pretty much any angle you want. So we can see our weight and balance page. And there we go. Torpedo cover, we're going to remove those. Propeller cover is removed. Keep the chocks in place for the moment. Security cones are grand. We do have a GPU if we want it. What else will we go into now? We can go into, this is all to do with the ground ops, and you can load your fuel, your passengers, and all the jazz. We're going to start off with the maintenance, just to see where everything's at, and we do have a full maintenance on this as well. So from the pre-flight, quick checking all our bulbs, everything's saying that it's okay, and there is wear and tear on this aircraft, which is brilliant. Tire pressure, tire condition, brakes, lights, oil, fuel, all the stuff you'd expect. Ground operations is fine. Into the maintenance bay, we can see where we're at, all these components of the aircraft, if they're okay, how many hours are on them, and also the failures that are built into this, of course, is based on how many hours between failures, right? So they're all looking pretty good here. Our realism settings, ESB, I'm going to leave that off. ESB is basically the electronic stability protection. It's the airplane kind of taking control if you kind of abuse it. I tend to turn it off. It gives you a more natural feel. However, the real aircraft does have ESP, meaning that if you try and overbank, it stops. If you try and roll it too much, it'll stop you. So make sure you have all those on or off depending. And then we have options here for like the smart camera and all the jazz here as well. In here, action cameras. So everything here I'm using. We have the general wear, tear, and also the speed in which it'll wear and tear, right? Jesus. I didn't have my Navigraph turned on. Wait now. Navigraph. And fill the password. Yes. Sign in. Yes. Link your Navigraph account. Yes. Navigraph account linked successfully. Give it a moment. The aircraft picked it up. Excellent stuff. Right. Moving on abruptly. Action cameras. So basically an action camera, if you do an action, the camera will automatically move and focus on that area. It's pretty cool. So for example, if you open the door, you get an external view of the door opening. If you start the engine, you get an external view of the engine starting up. It's pretty cool, right? Sheffy, good morning. Hope you're well. Right, so all that jazz is looking good here to me. The realism, that's all grand. And then pre-flight. Now, before we get going, we're going to check all our circuit breakers. These are all modelled and they work. So they're all in. Additional circuit breakers on the bottom here for the main bus. Landing gear handle is down. Parking brake is on. As we move across the bottom of the aircraft here now, we have our flaps, we have our climate control, defroster, we have more circuit breakers over here. They're all looking good as well. And then just the trim of the aircraft, it's very, very pretty, isn't it? It's gorgeous. On the overhead then, this is where we're going to have all our battery stuff and internal and external lighting as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to fire up OnAir and we're going to start looking for some missions out of this location, and we want some VIP missions. That's what we're going for this morning, and then we get some power into the aircraft and we'll see where we go from there. It's all terribly, terribly exciting, you see. But right, crash logistics, let's go ahead and enter the world. You're now based in France and the sim is loaded. Why the heck does this occur? It's something to do with their licensing of servers and something. I don't really know, but it's oddness, 98 Vulcan. It's oddness, but it does happen. Right, so we're going to go off and have a look at the freelance jobs, right? And we're going to browse the logistics center. It knows that we're in a Piper PA46 M500 and we're looking for some passenger charters, right? VIP operations. That's what we're going for here this morning. So we have a couple of options. Let's go in and have a look, right? Distance is what we'll go by first. So there's one here, which is 109 nautical miles. That's going to head us south. I don't know if we want to head south. I'd like to kind of head over this neck of the woods. K-BAM is one of them. But it's probably on a flight that has maybe multiple legs, which it does, right? This has multiple legs. So it's a first stop at Elco, and then it's a stop out there. Let's have a look. So it's going to be Wells Municipal over to Elco. Then it's going to be Elco over to K-BAM. K-BAM back to Elco. Back. And then Kelco back to Wells Municipal. That's actually very interesting. That's a proper flight. Because we have to work our way to and then work our way back. That looks like a bit of a plan, doesn't it? So heading distance 51, is that right? Distance of the longest leg is 51. It's low enough money, right? But there's good experience, and also our reputation increase could be good. All right. And yeah, I think we might do this, lads. I think we might do this. So what are we taking? First one is going to be students and a bit of dry ice. They're going to a party. Holiday makers and printed magazines. Then we're taking some emergency workers and smartphones. And then we're taking a film crew and some dried goods. All right, that sounds like the plan, right? 3 passengers across the board, which is absolutely fine. I reckon we're going to do this. So let's take this freelance job. And we'll start putting in the information of what it is that we are doing. So we'll bring up our map here and start planning this, right? Let's go back one, because I want to look at all the legs. Show legs. So our first flight is going to be KLWL Wells, and this is going to bring us first to KEKO Elco. After Elco, it's going to be K-BAM. After K-BAM, we're going back to Elco. And then finally, we're coming back to Wells Municipal. Okay, that looks pretty good. So we're talking 180, maybe 190 miles for this, which isn't too bad, actually. So let's go ahead and create that trip. And we can go ahead and activate this using Garmin Pilot. Give it a moment now. Okay, let's activate that. And ownership of our aircraft, we are a low wing. Here we go. And that's our flight plan, so that's fairly straightforward. Lovely job. So let's continue here now with OnAir and get all our stuff up and running. So let me see, we'll go back and we'll fly this route now. So our destination for the first one is going to be KEKO, right? Alternate is K-BAM, that's all fine. Dry ice. Fuel, we're going to horse in 80% fuel into the aircraft, which should be enough for what we're doing, 80%. And what else do we want to do? We're going to validate our fuel. Weight is not valid. You need to validate fuel and payload. Initial fuel quantity. Okay, what are you doing here now, Chief? All cargo. Route. Validate. Import route. Weight is not valid. We're too heavy. Jesus, 50% fuel. We can top up if we need to. Alright, let's validate this. Now, UTC offset. UTC in your simulator. Set the time to 0735 in the sim. How's that, lads? How's that for the plan of attack? Right, let's go ahead and fly this one now. It's going to be early morning when it does this, but we should be okay. It is. So we're going to put this guy over here on the right hand side. We're going to say start tracking. Aircraft's been loaded. You can see it move there. Yeah. There's Panzer beside us, looking good. There's Vulcan, and I'm sure we have Tarnish out here somewhere. Right, okay, so aircraft is loaded. OnAir says it's doing what it needs to do. Let's just make sure that all our pre-flight items are done. Ground options. Remove the chocks, remove the cones, remove that red carpet. Aircraft is loaded. You can see the weight and balance has gone in there. Perfect. And we'll just go to our flight plan. Import from SimBrief. We can put it on SimBrief if we want. We don't really need that. We'll just use the onboard stuff while we're waiting. Okay, so to get the aircraft into action, let me just see. We're going to check that our throttle is in idle and double check if we have beta power if needs. Yes, we do. Go to beta. We have our condition lever, which is either going to be off or run. There's no high idle or low idle, so that's all grand. The battery will run down quickly in this, so battery coming on. And we can also go ahead and get some external lights with our nav. And avionics leave off. Fuel pumps auto. Ignition auto. Push start or start mode manual. Push start. So quick check. We're going to be starting up. We're clear right and left. And let's see what happens. Beautiful sounds. Okay, let's have a look at that NG. She's rising nicely. We get it up to about 18 to 20%. That's as high as to go. Fuel coming in.
Flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
Watch our ITT for a hot start, NG for a hung start. The boat rising. We're going to get an ITT peak of probably 700 and odd. 710 is the peak. Nice. NG continues. We're coming up to 40%. 50% is good. Starter can be off. Pumps, everything here. Avionics. So we're going to get our generator and alternators on. Let me see. Stall warning test. Avionics coming on. Ignition. Everything leave on auto for the moment. Pitot heat can come on. Stall heater can come on. And we can also get our taxi lights on. Norris, good to see you. No, dude, this is the FSR 500. It's a great machine. Okay, so ECS cabin we're going to turn to normal. Bleed air on. And what else do you need to do down here? We do have our air conditioning. Temperature. We'll check on our folks here now. Let's go to our cabin comfort. So they're thirsty and they're hungry, but they'll be all right. Current temperature inside is 15.6 degrees. All right. We're going to ask them then to... Let me see. Have I a button here for seatbelts? No? Okay, so we're going to say seatbelts on. 5 passengers on board, 2 wearing seatbelts. Okay, put your seatbelts on. 3 wearing seatbelts, 4 wearing seatbelts. All 5 are now wearing their seatbelts. Super duper. And we'll continue on with our avionics. Lovely job. And we can now go ahead and put in just a quick flight plan here, just so we know what we're doing. So our origin is going to be, let's get in and play with this one. So we'll go enter. Origin. And we can type this. So we are at KLWL, Wells Municipal, enter. Runway. Let's have a look. Bring up some Navigraph here for us as well. Join FS. Substitute, and you want to be in the PH100. Who makes that PH the Phenom? I mightn't have that installed, you see, that's why. Yeah, I say I don't have that installed. It says you're in a TBM, so yeah, let's see how it behaves there, right? Okay, so let's unload this and start putting in our new flight. So we go new flight, enter the route. So it's going to be KLWL. Next stop is going to be KAKO, KBAM, KAKO, and then KLWL. That is our flight. That looks good. Runway for takeoff. Need to get the weather. You guys can do that in the chat. Exclamation point METAR, and then put in the ICAO code, which is KLWL. So I can see winds here, 1008 knots. 1008 knots. METAR, why isn't that working? PS Miranda, you did the right thing. Let me see. So the wind is coming in from this kind of direction over here. So we'll take off runway 09er. Why didn't the METAR work? METAR KLWL. Uh-oh. ATIS? Why aren't they working? Huh. Okay, the bot's broken. Stupid thing. Okay, runway 9er, so that's going to be taxi straight ahead and down. That'll do. Runway 9er. Okay, it's runway 8 according to this. That'll do. Press enter. Our en route waypoints. Let's go ahead and start putting these in. KEKO. After that, it's going to be KBAM. Then it's back to KEKO. And then our destination is back here. KLWL. Brilliant. Yeah, buttons are shite. Don't worry about the runway just yet. Okay, there's a flight plan put in. CDI, we're going to put it onto GPS mode. Lovely hurdling. We have wind data here. We have all our alerts. We're going to make sure that our barrow is set, direction is hit. Stall heater, ignition on, takeoff configuration. So it doesn't want ignition. Takeoff configuration. So we better check our trims here. So you can see our rudder trim. We're going to have to move this puppy across. Into the greens we go. And we also want to do our elevator trim as well. Flight controls are free and correct. So let's have a look at our takeoff trim. It's very much in the neutral area, but we'll horse it up to about here. We're looking good. Next is going to be our transponder, in which we can do that from over here. So VF4, we'll go VF4. We'll go ahead and put it onto altitude reporting, 1200 and back. So our transponder is transponding. Flight director's coming in. Initial altitude. Bring her up all the way up the hill. We're going to cruise this one, heading westbound. Let me see, 7. So it's going to be 8,500 feet. Horse that in. That looks good to me. And make sure our lights are on. Lights are on. All right. We're looking good, we're looking good. I said that's tarnished literally right in front of me. So we're going to be taxiing over to runway 9er, or in this case, runway 8, right? I'm surprised I'm not getting any... Let's look at the charts. KLWL, airport diagram. Jeez, that's interesting. Let's see here now. Airports, KLWL. Let me see. Firefighting aircraft activity on the in the vicinity. That's interesting. All right. Okay, so we can use Navigraph to help us out here for the taxi anyway. So we're located here. We're just going over to 09er. So I think there's a taxiway there behind us. No, we're going to go on to the active and then we're going to back taxi. And that is what we're going to do. Are we ready, sports fans? So, let me just see. Ground, ops, everything's removed. Off the brakes. Cabin comfort, we'll keep an eye on it. Bring the tablet back up, want to monitor that. 19 degrees in the cabin. We don't want to get too hot. So we're going to keep that on cool. It's on auto. We're going to keep it on cool. We'll put it on low. Vent fans can come on. Air conditioner, turn it off for takeoff. And let's get moving. And we'll have to go through Port El Tarnish. Oh, it's Flight Sim Max, is it? Interesting. Okay, flight controls all feel good. Let's go for notch of flaps. Alright. It's a very pretty airplane, this. I try not to jump around too much. There's physics built into like the pillows and everything. Join FS server is I think it's Firefly Air. Firefly Air. Okay, let's see before we go on to the active. Line them all up. And we'll back taxi. Alright. No acrobatic maneuvers, you betcha. So flaps are set for 10. I'm a little bit worried about that fuel, but we can always pick up fuel somewhere along what we're doing, you know what I mean? Taxi and beta, we could do. Like, we're not going too fast just yet. There's a bit of beta coming in. As we continue on here. We're on live weather as well. It's interesting. It's a beautiful day up here, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. Right. Bit of beta action. Ease the brakes. Warm that engine up nicely. Alright, got ourselves turned. Alright. Man, look at that for a morning up here. It's beautiful, isn't it? Okay, heading, let's sync heading. Autopilot, let's gear it up. So we're going to be calling it a... let me see, we're going to go... Heading mode arm, V-speed arm, and we're going to climb this at 1500 feet a minute, and then we can go IAS mode. Alright, that's the plan of attack. Are we ready? Let's go flying. Power coming in. Off the brakes. Takeoff power set. Airspeed coming alive. Alright. Here's 50. 60 knots. Coming up on 80. 85. Ooh, the wind. Oopsie daisy. Positive rate of climb and indicating. Gear coming up. Flaps in. Maintain our climb here. Easy does it. Okay, decent climb out. 1500 feet a minute on our current heading. And we'll be spinning ourselves around to the left here. Left 360, or left to 360 degrees. Looking good. One pillow has fallen over. How's our passengers doing? 5 passengers on board. Temperature's coming up a little bit. We'll go ahead now and get some AC running. Alrighty. Continue our turn. We'll call this one 270 degrees. So far so good, guys. Nice turn coming in. Little bit of wind to contend with though, it's not too bad. So there's our 270 heading. We'll keep it turning. Let's call it 240. We intercept that magenta line. Easing out. Look out for the terrain here as well. The only advantages of synthetic vision. Right, so we're just about to reach 8,500 feet. Lovely. We've leveled off. Power's looking good. Bleeds still okay. Flaps are up. How's that temperature looking? 21 degrees, that's okay. Alright, we're pretty much going to calm ourselves down here. Seatbelts off. And we'll go ahead and get cups of tea going. So we're going to serve some coffee. Let's have a look behind us here. Tray table out. Cups of coffee. And that's going to bring their thirst down. They're a little bit hungry as well. So, well, sure, look, we'll feed them some snacks here as well. That is how we look after our business people. Alright, so we're going to watch our speed here. Easy now. Stall heat inhibit. Right, what else do you want to do here now, lads? We need to do another bit of a course correction, but there's high terrain in front of me. So we're just going to get past this guy first, and then we can jump back onto our designated pathway. Is the snack smoked salmon? Jesus. Alright, we're looking good. Go ahead and kill the landing and taxi lights. Keep the pulse lights on. Fuel pumps are set to auto. I think we can leave them on auto. And the rest of it now we just keep an eye. Let's go in and have a little closer look at our engines. Let's see here now. Map options, terrain, next rad. Yeah, no, that's fine. Charts. We'll go back. Looking good here, looking good there. We're pretty much at the top speed of this thing, and like this is where you compare it to something like a TBM. The difference of speed, it's frightening. We're going to top out here at this
airspeed.
Like it doesn't even want us doing 190 knots. Like this just does not have the same speed as like a TBM. But it's still a very nice airplane. So our passengers are comfortable. 21 degrees inside the cabin. That's nice and comfortable for them. They're having coffee at the moment. And once we get around this mountain, we'll tighten up and aim towards where it is we need to go. Yaw dampener's already on. Altitude is looking good. And our speed is just going to sit roughly where it is. Mrs. TPHI, who's upside down. Happy Thursday. And Dave Cleary. Legend Dave. Welcome in, Dave. Good to see you, buddy. Alright. So we'll do a small little left-hand turn. And I think we're okay for altitude, at least to our first stop. We'll get ourselves turning onto that magenta line. It's very pretty up here, isn't it? They're enjoying their snacks, macaroons and a friggin' whatchamacallit, croissants, some cheese and a coffee. Is Gibbo in the house? Let's say Gibbo's at work. Okay, 186 is our speed. We're going to go 210 and we're going to arm nav mode. Nav is armed. It'll pick it up automatically. 20 degrees. Temperature's coming down a little bit. We'll need to keep an eye on that. Our passengers are happy though. Two are wearing the seatbelts. They have their food, they have the drink, they're happy out, which is a good sign. Excellent. So our first stop is not too far. It's down to Elco Airport, is it? I think it's called Elco. Elco Regional Airport, elevation 5,000 feet. And we'll be there in about 10 minutes. And runways, let me see, 06 is what we need to go for. So that means we're going to overfly the airport and then swing back around. Your tea has arrived! Brilliant! Oh yeah. Well, that's a very nice view in the morning. Check this one out. Isn't it only absolutely gorgeous at this time of the day? Oh yeah. Beautiful machine. Ambassador Byrne, welcome in. Okay, so we're on that magenta line now. Autopilot's doing what it needs to do. Gorgeous. Great sounds, isn't it? The meter doesn't work. This stupid thing. I don't know why it's broken, but it's broken. It's one of those things, lads. One of those things. So who have we got? There's Panzer. Vulcan is with us. Jeez, the views here are lovely, aren't they? Absolutely gorgeous. Alright, so we're still about 20 degrees inside the cabin. We're making good old time. Our first stop is only a few minutes out. MD90, good to see you. Welcome in. Hey, Crotty, happy Thursday, buddy. Hope you're well. Okay, all is looking well. It's a machine, isn't it? I don't fly this thing enough. Thanks for sorting the credits. Not at all, dude. Thank you for all your support. Look at the lighting in here as well. It's gorgeous. So we're saying runway 6, so it means we're going to have to overfly the airport and then we're going to turn back, right? So we're going to sync up our heading. Because we can continue on this heading. So we'll just go heading mode. And we're going to overfly, and then we'll swing around into Elco. That's our first stop. OnAir is tracking us. Seems happy. So far, so good. This is what OnAir is showing us over here. So looking at the screen here, it's giving us a full live radar of what we're actually doing. So you can see when we took off, we swung around to the left, and all these little markers here, they're showing you events like gear up, flaps in, lights off, all that kind of stuff. So we can also see some alignment here. So we're going to keep it on heading mode. We'll probably turn a little bit more to the south, and then we can swing back in for the approach on 06. You can also see in this radar, it's actually giving you a time on each of these range rings rather. So we know that well, the airport, or just this line here, we'll be there within 5 minutes or 10 minutes to get to this area. So we're about 2.5 minutes to the airport proper. So what we might do, we'll do a small little bit of a left turn. Keep an eye out for terrain and stuff. Currently on a heading of 233 degrees. Let's bring it over left, over to 220 degrees. And it'll just give us a nice kind of an offset, and then we can swing in. Does JoinFS 2020 work with 2024? It does. I think there's a standalone for 24 though. Pops, are you on 2020 or 24? If you're on 24, you need to have it running for 24, if that makes sense. Sorry I can't make the weekend. Couldn't get a dog sitter. Not at all, Crotty, dude. No worries at all, man. Hopefully more. You're on 2020? Yeah, no, it should work fine then. Once you're connected. I don't see connected in here. Okay, so we're about to overfly the airport. It's over here somewhere. There it is. Max Damage, thank you very much indeed. 3 months, buddy. Cheers. Man is a legend. Thank you very much indeed. Corn Wolf, top of the morning to you, bud. Hope you're well. So that's our airport. It's a nice little place here, isn't it? A small little town. So our speed, I mean, we're pretty much giving us, or we're giving the M500 everything it has. So not much else we can squeeze out of this bottle. But we'll continue on. We're going to overfly the airport, and then we're going to swing around to the right, and then we're inbound for a quick stop on 06, and we'll then continue on with the flight. It's a nice mission here. Yeah, check for an update, Pops, yeah. It's a nice machine, isn't it? Okay. Yaw dampener's on, flaps are in. We have some traffic talking to us as well. Interesting part of the world, this. Man, look at the shape of the wings, aren't they class? How's our passengers doing? 19.8 degrees. They're happy. Buenos dias. Daniel, good to see you. Oh, behave. Dennis, thank you very much indeed for pressing the button over on YouTube. The man is a legend. He's done us something. What has he done? Co-pilot. Will your gathering this weekend be an annual event? Well, Dennis, thank you very much indeed. Will it? I don't know. We'll see. Let's see how it goes. If it's a success, yes. If it's a disaster, I shall retire. You know, and just stick to streaming. What I do, right? But yeah, I like the colour scheme on the livery. Yeah, it's pretty. It's pretty. Okay, so we've just passed the airport, and we're a little too close now. There's the runway that we're looking for, runway 6. So we'll just continue down this way for a little bit more. While we're here though, we can go ahead and turn on the lights. We're going to tell our folks, seatbelts please. Okay. And we're going to plan for landing. Now I don't know, if I take this stuff away from them, are they going to give out? Hey, can we disappear the coffee? I thought they'd disappear when they're finished, you know. Okay, autopilot off. I have control of the aircraft. Ease out some of this power. Bit of trim now, knock the nose down. Easy. Watch your speed as we're doing this.
Check gear.
That's okay. And we're going to start a right turn here. Nice and easy.
Check gear.
I retired after any of my disasters. I'd have been feet up since 1998,
Check
right?
gear.
Easy now. Okay, get that yaw dampener turned off. We're going to be going for some flaps in a moment. As we just start now our turn in
Check gear.
for runway 6. So speed is coming down.
Check gear.
And we're also descending, so all is going according to plan.
Check gear.
If I was in GG Machines, I would likely end up going back to Cork with a gaming PC, right? Priceless and broke. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Gear.
Alright, speed is coming in under 160.
Check gear.
Keep it coming.
Check gear.
Now, the airport elevation, it's over 5,000 feet, so we're not going too bad here. Oh, just watch this turn in. Speed is now about 145. Keep it dropping. Easy
Check
now.
gear.
Looking at the main road. We're going to straighten up here a little bit. Watch our
Check
height.
gear.
So far, so good. Nice and easy. We should see that runway fairly soon. I do believe that's it. You over that? It is. Oh, that's bumpy. Easy. Okay, let me see. Speed 150.
Check gear.
Gear coming down. Gear indicates down. First notch of flaps. Nose is going to come up. Let's start putting a little bit of power in to compensate for some of that drag. And we'll do an early, an easy roll in. Easy now. Okay, we're looking good. Giving the speed up at around the 130 for the moment. Okay, we're lining up the runway. A little bit of a crosswind here, 7 knots. Alright, continue our descent. Easy with the speed. Alright, let's just sail it in and see what happens. We're a little bit high, but like, we'll compensate that now with our speed. Easy now. Aiming off just a little bit for that wind as well. Okay, speed 125. What's the rate of descent here?
Stall.
Oh, Jesus, Murphy. That's what that button does. Do you know what I was trying to do? I was trying to hit the reset for the rudder. I just reset the friggin' elevator. Right, at least you know that button works. Listen! Could have happened to anyone. At least you know that the button works, lads. You know what I mean? Easy now. Read off the speed. Easy. And
Landing time locked.
touchdown. Intubated. Right, it could have been far worse. But that resetting the owl trim was a problem, wasn't it? Easy now. Jesus, we carried some speed coming down here, didn't we? Could have turned the engine off. We could have. Alright, bit of manual braking. I imagine now that all the cushions in the back have gone like flying. Right. Oh wait, where are you going, you absolute muppet? Say nothing, lads. I thought I dropped something. Yes, I thought I dropped something. The terminal straight ahead, sir. Say nothing, it's all grand. Alright, flaps in. Yeah, that would never happen before. Marcel, good to see you. Welcome aboard. Yeah, I don't think it's going to like. It won't score as great on that bump. Now, it was a bump. It looked far worse than what it was. You know what I mean? Right, we're going over here, lads. Look, it was all part of the plan. Yes. Easy now. Easy. Alright, we'll park it up here on the left. Let our folks out. And then we shall continue on with the second part of the flight. Easy. Hoorah. Alright, bring us to a gentle stop. Parking brake on. That's good. That's good. That's good. The caution, avionics coming off. Ignition lever out.
Engine off time logged. The flight is finished. It has been monitored by OnAir.
Alright. Okay. Let's have a look. Good landing rate. Didn't seem to be too upset about that. Did we get like maximum points? No. It gave out was for our landing. Speed was too fast, I'd say. So we lost some points for that. Jeez, we lost a lot of points for that. Our speed was all over the shop. But like there was a serious bump right before the runway. That's it here, look. That's just given out to us because that's when I pressed the wrong button. Yep, you made a balls of it there, Murph. Alright, let's okay this. And I think we need to continue on with this, isn't it? Yes. So the next flight, we'll activate all this now in a moment, but we need to fully shut down this aircraft. Light, Alt, Gen. That's all good. That's all good. That's all good. Let us see here now. So seatbelts. Seatbelts off. Ground ops. Let's get the door open. Get our chocks in there. And master battery. Alright. Pop space can't see Firefly Air. Interesting. Tarnish, whatever code you're using to connect, give them that code, if that makes sense. New version available. Uh-oh. So you're trying to connect to the airline code. Where do we have that? That's in our Discord, I think. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Flight sim, flight logs, join FS. Server inside. So put this one in, Pops. See that number? Put that number into where it has. So if you disconnect, see this password business? You just put that number in there. Copy and paste that number in there. And if we connect, it'll automatically jump in. It'll ask you for a password. It's the same that we always did. It was the logs 2. That should do it for you, buddy. Should work. Right, so now we need to reload the aircraft. This is all fun. So on air. So we're going to go with fuel that was in the aircraft. I think 50% is what it wanted. And we're still overweight. Jesus. Hang on a second. How are we? Alright, K-BAM. How are we overweight? You will dump fuel and not get a Okay, this is an issue. Packs to board. We don't need to load these guys. And we don't need to load them guys. We'll do that when we come back, right? And we'll drop this down now to 50. Validate. Am I right in saying that? So we're taking students. Packs to board. So we're taking holiday makers from here with printed magazines. Okay. Validate our fuel. Click fly now. We look good. Start tracking. All right. Okay. Let's go ahead and get ourselves set up for our next flight. So, we should be happy enough here. Cabin door is now closed. It's open. But we are loaded. We can see people's in there. Go ahead and close the door. Cabin comfort. Seatbelts on, please. And we'll go ahead and put the battery on. Get our nav light on. And we're looking good here. Fuel pumps, ignition, and we'll go for the start here now as well. Make sure all is clear, which it is. And let's start her up. All right. Okay, NG's coming up. Wait for about 16. 15.8, 15.9. Fuel in.
Your flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
Oh, Jesus, that's very hot. Oh, balls. Good man, Murphy. You have just hot started the shagging thing. Why did that go in so hot? Did I just like completely cook the engine? No, it says it's okay. It looked very heavy, didn't it? Alright, try it again. Like, I'm running a bit like maximum spin on the NG. Like, our ITT is already sitting fairly hot, but like as we're running this, dry running this effectively, that's going to bring that temperature down. Don't kill the battery, Murph. Okay. ITT is now under 200. NG is sitting on 16. What the hell's going on here? I still think this is going to be very heavy. Like, that's a hot start. No matter what way you look at it, lads. That should shag the engine completely. How is that even possible? Like, there's either fuel in or there's not. You know what I mean? What are we doing wrong there? It'll return to normal, but like, how are we getting a hot start? Does anyone know? That's a good one, isn't it? Engine condition is okay, but I don't understand how we're getting a hot start there. Most unusual. Right, 8,500 feet, that's what we're going to go for again. Let me see. We're on GPS mode. Transponder, we are on. That's a good one, isn't it? I think there's a checklist for hot starts. No, there is, but like, restarting the aircraft, it is hot anyway, right? But when you restart the aircraft, once you keep the temperature down below 250, right? For a PT6, should be. I'll go off and do some homework on that. Right, cabin comfort. They're all wearing the seatbelts. 17 degrees inside. Leave all that stuff off for the minute. Taxi lights are on. All right. Away we go with the taxi. We're not going anywhere yet. Chocks away, and now we'll move. Okay, the chocks work. That's a good sign. Excellent. That is a taxiway, even though there's a light in the middle of it. So let's check out this one. Airbus A380, nice. It's the engine compressor from where the fuel get in the injectors. Yeah, but like, so what'll happen is, if you don't have the shaft spinning fast enough and you introduce some fuel, that's liable to give you a hot start. If the shaft is running at full, as in your NG, your RPM, if that's running as like usually 16 to 18%, then you introduce your fuel, shouldn't have an issue. The only reason you would build a hot start is if you were trying to do so and the ITT was above 200 degrees, for instance. You know what I mean? But our temperature, even if it was at 200 degrees, with the local temperature here, that's still only maybe 800 degrees. Maybe. Which is still within limits. That fired up to like 1200 degrees. Like, that is a hot start. Like, I'm just waiting to see smoke and flames coming out of the engine. I need to talk to Raoul on that, because that didn't make sense to me. Do you know what I mean? Easy now, you just easy. Let's see here now. Rudder trim is set. Yeah, 100%, Dave. But that's what I'm saying. Because you're letting the prop spin without introducing some fuel, right? Well, then your internal turbine temperature drops, because that's just like increased air hitting it, and then you'd fire it up. Most unusual. Anyway, we shan't worry too much. It's alive, which is good news. Now, whether or not we'll do the entirety of this trip, I'm unsure. Because I want to get planning for our 777 flight in a while. So KBAM is... Jesus, it's 60 miles away. Which I suppose wouldn't take too long. A terrible old pull to the left. Okay, we'll go for an old intersection departure. We don't need the whole lot. Landing lights, strobe lights coming on. And let's go this way. Doo-doo, good to see you, buddy. Alright. Oh no, the pillows have all gone everywhere. Jesus. Right, well, our passengers are behaving. They're just sitting tight for the moment. We're now onto the active. Out of beta. I'm getting a takeoff configuration warning. Why is that now? I don't believe we had that a moment ago. Okay, quick check. So, battery avionics gens. That's all good. Fuel pumps auto. Ignition auto. Pitot heat, stall heat. Taxi lights, that's all okay. Flaps are set for takeoff. Got a trim set for takeoff. Environmental is on. Bleed is on. Aircon is off. The vents open. 18 degrees inside the cabin. Okay, let's see what happens. You know, trim looks good. Alright, let's see what happens. Power coming in. Let's go flying. There's the takeoff power. Airspeed live. Coming up on 80 knots. Looking for around 85. Oopsie daisy. Positive rate of climb. Gear coming in. Easy. Man, hell of a view, isn't there? Beautiful. Okay, flaps in. Yaw dampener engage. Bit of trim. Alright, left turn coming in. Okay, autopilot. We're going to call it heading mode, vertical speed, autopilot. Easy, does it? Armor GPS once again. Ooh, that's nice. Gorgeous. Okay, 146. Call it 245. Speed 150. So far so good. Back over the airfield. It's a nice day for flying, isn't it? Beautiful part of the world. to go. Speed is good. Yaw dampeners on. Pulse lights on. Alright, you guys can chill out and relax. Get some coffee going. Get some more grub going for our next batch of passengers. 19.5 degrees inside. Okay, here's our cruise altitude. I might just correct our heading, get us on a better intercept line. Strap, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Crafty Tigers, welcome in. Happy Thursday, guys. So far, so good. Ba-dum. Alright. This will correct itself in a moment. Watch our power here. Little bit of wind against us, but we're alright. Here's this little magenta line coming in a little bit closer. That is what we want. So once this line's up, GPS will engage. We'll do a very slight roll to the right, and I think we're going okay. I hope we're going okay. You know. Oh yeah. Beautiful, beautiful plane. So this aircraft is available from the marketplace. It's from FSReborn. It is that of the FSR 500. It's based on Piper's Meridian M500. And it's only gorgeous. It's one of the best GA aircraft in the sim. I mean, the friggin' detail on this, it's absolutely nuts, isn't it? You gotta love it. Gorgeous. All right. Passengers, 21.5 degrees. That's the old aircon on. Whoop. I know you're all doing it. You're all doing it. All right, speed is good. Our routing is good. Terrain is good. And looks like we're going to be touching down in about 10 minutes. All right, K-BAM. What's the old weather showing us? Okay, runway 22. That'll give us a 4-knot headwind. So runway 22 is pretty much straight in. So that means we can adjust our heading over to the right ever so slightly. So, heading of 260 degrees. Heading mode. Gorgeous. We're right in the limit of acceptable airspeed. Look at the detail even on the yoke, look. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Stunning. Gibbo's new favorite song? Sure. Man, we sound good. I mean, we sound really good. First time you heard the song was in the mid-70s. Yeah. I'm a massive fan of Anchorman. I'm Ron Burgundy. Great movie. And all that music was in it was class. Right. The good news is we're doing well. We're on an intercept. We're going to be flying towards runway 22. That is where we'll land. Battlemount Airport is the name of this place. And so far, so good. Does anyone here not have the FSR 500? And if you don't, well, why don't you? It's on your wish list. Malky, it's very good, man. It's very, very good. The amount of emails, lads, it's just, do you know, it'd be flat out. Right, how are we looking so far with OnAir? So far, so good. It's liking what we're doing. I shan't press that button again. This is where we've made that right turn. We're going to intercept for runway 22 and then straight in. So when we land, ideally we want to be getting the exit here and then over to the main terminal. So we want a relatively short landing on this. Malky, you went and got the TBM A50 first. Robert, good to see you, buddy. Still waiting for the Tonka? Yeah. Alright, we're looking good. As I say, we want to plan a fairly quick stop on the runway. Airport's over there somewhere. So our speed is still good. We'll keep it here for the minute. Then we'll do our turn, we'll drop our speed and descend then. You're flying career mode in 24, a 172 across the English Channel. Ooh, nice. John, good to see you. You're very welcome aboard. Happy Thursday to you. Okay, so we're cruising in nicely here. We're going to start making our turn very shortly, tracking things here using our Garmin Pilot. So we can see this alignment with 2-2. Victor Gator, thank you very much indeed. Welcome aboard, buddy. So far so good. We're just kind of tracking in here, and then it's going to be a left turn, and as I said, it's runway 22 all the way in. Once we get landed here, we're then going to go over and start prepping for our VATSIM flight for this evening, and that's taking the 777 out of Niagara Falls, and we're heading over to Cincinnati. Ooh. So I'm very much looking forward to that. Alright, let's prep ourselves. Go ahead and get the landing lights on. And we shall... Seatbelts on, please. Cabin temperature's quite okay. Alright, we're going to start turning down here to the left. And start bringing the power back. There's a runway over by yonder. Gibbo! Good to see you, man! Gibbo, how are you fixed for making burgers? The platters don't... well... The platters weren't mad, to be honest. $14.50 a head for a platter of, like, not much. And you can't even just get, like, you know, cocktail sausages or onion rings or chicken nuggets. So, will you wheel your barbecue around? It'd be grand. Brilliant. Alright, autopilot. Disconnect. I have control of the aircraft, and we'll trim down here a little bit. So we're going to start reducing our altitude and just taking our time heading in. Easy now. So far so good. We're about 10 miles out, maybe 11 miles. Razor Cab, good to see you. What's the iPad looking map? It is that of Garmin Pilot. Razor Cab, Garmin Pilot. Peanuts for everyone, 1 peanut each. Yeah, that'll definitely do it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not too impressed with the Gibbo, to be honest. Because, like, $14.50 a head? Come on. That's a dinner, like. For a platter. You know what I'm saying? Jesus, buttons. What the? Any bills are in the house! Did you just see what they did? They scared the life out of me. Any bills in with a massive 50 gifted tier 1 subs. Mother of Janie. Any bills, thank you very, very much indeed. Lads, if you just got a tier 1 sub, thanks to the awesome Any Bills, well, do be sure to say thank you. That's amazing support. Amazing support. The lads are legends. We were checking out Honolulu last night. Looking absolutely gorgeous in 24. Compatibility, nonetheless, but still gorgeous. Any Bills, thank you very, very much. Hope the event in Dublin goes well. Thank you very, very much. I'm not nervous at all. Yeah? What? It'll be fun. So it's happening on this Saturday. This Saturday. Not nervous at all. Nope, not me. Never been nervous at all, sure. Jesus. Right, we need to try and land this machine gently. Look at her speed, look. I've made a mockery of it.
Check gear.
Yeah, we'll check the gear now in a second. Ooh. Okay, so it's runway 2. There is a bit of a crosswind. 10 knots, lads. Get the speed down. We're going to aim for about 150. Drop at the gear, and then everything's going to start happening very quickly.
Check
so,
gear.
easy now. Gear coming down. That's going to increase our rate of speed. Decrease the rate of speed, sorry. Alright. First notch of flaps. Speed coming right back now. Keep it going. Keep it going. He's very late, isn't he? You know? That's absolutely crazy. Indie Bills, thank you so much again. That's insane support. Alright, second notch of flaps. Man, you can really hear the drag. Easy now. Speed is looking good. Gear down, flap set. And we'll probably horse it into beta once we get down here. It's gone from a 10 knot wind to a 5 knot wind. Easy. Easy. A little bit fast. We can probably drop the speed back to about 90 or so. We're looking good though. Touchdown zone. Runways aligned. Aim for the center line. Don't press the button. Leave the trim where it is, Murph. It'll be grand. Alright, easy now. We're looking good. Okay, 110 knots. This is better. Lift that nose. Hold. Lead off the speed. Keep her going.
It's not the plane. It's the pilot.
Easy now. There's 90. Drop the back gear.
Landing time.
Touchdown. Beta. I've crucially missed me turn, but it's grand. Somewhere it's grand. It's not the easiest machines to slow down, sure it's not. Alright, flaps in. We'll do a quick turnaround here. Easy now. Alrighty then. Keep it in beta. And we're down nicely. And we're just going to taxi back here. We'll taxi onto Bravo and then over to the terminal. Awesome stuff. Yeah, Indie Bills, absolute legends, lads. 50 gifted tier 1 subs to our viewers here on Twitch. Amazing support. But yeah, our event is going to be some crack. We're going to have landing challenges happening on Saturday. And some of the aircraft that you'll have to fly for the landing challenge, but also some of the aircraft you can win from the landing challenge. It's definitely going to be a lot of fun. Definitely. Alright, continue on. Passengers are comfortable. 19 degrees in the cabin. We're managing all the little bits and pieces. I just need to have a look at that ITT issue again. Because I'm kind of, bemused and, bamboozled. Do you remember Bamboozle? Alright, taxi here onto Bravo. Landing lights. Landing lights off. Strobes off. And let's rumble in. John, thank you very much indeed. Very kind of you, sir. Cheers, man. So what we're going to do next, we're going to start working on our briefing for our flight tonight on VATSIM. And it's out of Niagara Falls. We're heading down to Cincinnati. And we're taking out the 777 for this one. After flying that 340, although I'll have to go back at the 340 soon as well. It's an awesome plane. Awesome. Also want to do some A320 flying soon as well. You'd miss it. And then as soon as we have a 7.3, Does anyone fly the iFly in 2024? How are you finding it? Decent? Not decent? Alright, watch the speed. Easy, does it? Easy now. to get parking over here on the left. Nice and easy. All right. All right, that'll do us. Parking brake coming on. And what have we got here now? Lights, Peter coming off, taxi lights off, fuel pumps out, avionics coming off, condition lever out.
Engine off time logged. The flight is finished. It has been monitored by OnAir.
Alright. Looking good here, looking good there. Nav, turn them off, alternator generator, battery coming off as well. Aircraft completely shut down, and we'll get our cabin door open. While we're sitting here, chocks and cones. That'll do nicely. Okay, on air, how do we figure out this one? Looks very happy. Let's go to the flight record. That's better. We got 100% on that one. No messing around at all. 555, good to see you. Am I streaming full time now? Yeah, I am, dude. Yeah, since May. Since May. And loving it. Right, look, hang on now. Oh yeah, so we flew straight in. So that was where our turn was. Landing lights, drop the gear, and then a landing rate. What did we hit the old runway, lads, at? Did we touch down here? No, 9 feet. Touchdown speed, 107 feet. So, yeah, we should have been touching down here at the touchdown zone. We went a little bit beyond it. That was purely because I was trying to get a soft landing. Not too shabby. Right, let's okay all of this. And we're going to keep those return leg flights open. We'll do them next week when we're back. So we have the first half of this flight done. And you can see that our reputation has increased quite a bit. We've no skill points just yet, but we are working on them. We're getting more and more of those. The cash, our current cash, we've had a bit of expenditure because that aircraft was transported over to Isla Nublar, right? And our pilot as well. Weekly ownership of our aircraft, that costs us money. Loan repayment option. And then, yeah, that was our aircraft lease for the Hughes 500. But we're doing quite okay. We're getting good out money with this. This is great. 555 GTA. Cheers, buddy. Appreciate you, man. Okay, so great stuff from On Air. We'll continue back with more of that next week. And yeah, I mean, look, guys, the FSR 500 from FSReborn, it is one of the best general aviation aircraft in the sim. Bar none. It's excellent. For what it is, it does it so very, very well. Not the fastest. Not the fastest. TBM, easily 100 knots on top of this, but it's very, very good. Dougal McTavish, the chairman, is here. Good to see you, Dougal. Murph, have I seen the vote on VATSIM for Thursday? Yes. Oh yeah, the Dublin one, is it? Yeah, I'm easy. Whatever, Dougal. Either or. Let's have a look. Yeah. Let me see, a couple of votes. Yeah, I think everyone is saying Dublin Dougal. So yeah, we'll probably do Dougal, or we won't do Dougal. Jesus, that sounded bad. We'll probably do Dublin. I might fly the Phoenix on that one. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, what we need to do now, friends, is get ourselves set up for this evening's flight, right? And our flight tonight, we're going to be taking out the 777. As we continue on with our VATSIM Thursday flights. So the 777-3. And was it the 777-3 or was it the 777 freighter? I can't even remember what I'm supposed to be doing. Was it the freighter? I thought it was the freighter, to be honest. Yeah, it is the freighter. The 777 freighter. There we go. 98 Vulcan, take it fierce handy, buddy. We'll see you soon. So if we load into Niagara Falls, there we go. And we are that of a... Oh, look at the weather up here. Jeez. We'll go to the cargo side of the house. And live time, the whole shebang. Lock her in there. It's morning time. And let's load this in. Now, as that is loading, let's go ahead and start looking at some planations over here. So, first and foremost, we're going to look at Ventu Sky. Then we're going to look at the VATSIM radar. Then we're going to go over and look at what? Ventu Sky, VATSIM radar. Oh, yeah. And then our group flights of what we're doing. There's our 777. Jump into the cabin, Murph. Let her load up. Cold and dark. Alright, leave this one safe for the moment. Alright. And let's see what we can do here. So, ground power request. And while we're waiting, we also have some options here now when it comes to our stream decks from flight panels. Let's have a look at this one. Goes untight. I had to sneeze. Let's have a look here now. So we can go 777. Move across. Is it? There we go. All right. So I'm going to be using all this stuff here in the background. And as we're sitting, let's have a look. Weather, doors, flight controls, lights. Okay. Okay, super duper. And we want to get Moby. Hardware, Moby flight connector. And we can we should be able to get this working for our beloved 777. Right? Put you over there for the moment. Right. And let's have a look to see aircraft. So I think we're loaded for the 777. 777. All right. And we'll also get some ATC for V-Pilot. We'll do the same over here. V-Pilot. And let all that start doing its thing. We're going to go off now and figure out what we're doing. So tonight, friends, flying from IAG over to CVG. Expected routing is going to be from ICNAV to the Trigger 4 arrival. We'll go ahead and copy this. No scenery, it's all default. However, I am using the
behave.
What am I using? Field Airs Cincinnati, right? 555. Thank you very, very much indeed. Cheers, buddy. Welcome to the flight crew. You're very kind, sir. Man is a legend. Thank you very much indeed. So well done to those who did World Flight during the week. Also, we're back now to our USA adventure, departing out of Niagara International, heading to Cincinnati. Set on the banks of the Ohio River and surrounded by rolling hills, Cincinnati is a scenic and surprisingly busy airspace for sim pilots. The downtown skyline, bridges crossing into Kentucky, and also the nearby Appalachian. Oh, jeez. I always get this wrong. Appalachian foothills, making for interesting visual navigation. The airport sits southwest of the city and it handles both heavy commercial traffic and a major cargo hub. Interesting fact, the airport is Amazon Air's primary US hub, handling hundreds of cargo flights daily. In fact, it's now one of the busiest cargo airports in North America, making it a prime spot for simming freight runs. Ooh. Right. Let's go ahead and have a look at the weather. So we're going to be blasting off around here, look. Out in Niagara, which is up here, look, isn't it? Niagara Falls, right? And we're heading over then to Cincinnati, which is just here. So this is live at the moment temperature. Let's bring it up to a little bit later on this evening. So we're talking probably anywhere between, it's cold, 4 and 6 degrees. And we're going to be landing where it's considerably warmer at around 15 degrees. All right. So we're leaving very cold air coming into nice warm air. Well, warmer air. All right. So, been a while since you joined the fest, or not seeing the name yet. Pops, did you try putting in that code, buddy? But that should be good there. Let's have a look now at the wind, right? Wind speed or gusts. So wind speed. So looking at this evening, the wind is coming in from the east or from the west northwest, and when we're landing, it's kind of the same. Looks like it's westerly, right? It's very calm, 4 to 6 knots this evening. Okay. Our departure, little bit stronger, maybe 8 to 10 knots. So it looks like we're going to be departing westbound, and then fly down towards Cincinnati, landing facing west as well. All right. What about our cruise altitude for this? So the winds, yeah, we're going to get absolutely bashed out of it. Considerably strong winds, but they start dying off quickly. Jesus, that's heavy weather, isn't it? 120 odd knots. 555, take it easy, buddy. Have a great day. Right, so yeah, it's considerably windy up here. Even I'd say 9,000 feet, 30 to 50 knots. Yeah, it's going to be windy, so we need to watch this. Cloud coverage. Yeah, it's going to be cloudy. And when we get down to Cincinnati this evening, that band of weather seems to be moving south. We could be lucky. We could actually have partially clouded skies when we get down there tonight. All right. Okay. What about some precip? So we are expecting, yes, all sorts. Rain, sleet, possibly snow up at Niagara Falls, right? And there is a band of weather moving across there. However, we're not expecting any rain whatsoever once we get down to Cincinnati. Because if we have a look at it, we can have a look at the temperature, right? Can I not see me barbs, please? Here we go. So we're going from relatively low pressure into a relatively high pressure zone. And as the day goes on, well, you can kind of see that moving. That high pressure moving now further on southeast, but we're going to catch up a nice bit of that along the way. Real world conditions in Ireland, just thought I'd make this interesting to you. There's a bit of a cyclone activity going on. Check out the precip that's on the way to Ireland, look. Look at the state of what's hitting Ireland. They're going to get bashed out of it, but that's all rain, look. See this coming up? Eek. That's Friday into Saturday. Ireland's going to get absolutely lashed out of it. But anyway, I'm happy enough with the weather situation there for tonight. So, cloudy departure facing west into a relatively clearer, warmer arrival facing west as well. All right. So let's have a look here. ATC, I doubt we have that live at the moment. We'll cut across and see what's happening. So down towards Cincinnati, no, nothing live there at the moment, but we'll jump in to see what we can see. So aircraft is in and we shall connect ourselves to the network just to make sure all is working with model matching and the like. Connect. We are in a B77F, isn't it? Connect. Okay, that's showing as connected. Quick check around the aircraft to make sure all is okay, which it looks okay. And we do have GSX profiles working. Deboarding.
Boarding requested.
American Airlines can do it. Now, out of interest, are we running this on full whack? We are. Now, the last thing I needed to test was to make sure that we had reverse thrust, which we do. Okay, that's all going to be grand for me. So, right, let's get some power into this machine and find out what's happening. So, battery, master switch on. We'll take in our external powers, get the cabin up and running. Adhere's coming on. Emergency lights, go ahead and arm. Go ahead and put all our hydraulic pumps on. Logo and wing light can come on while we're sitting here on the ground. Fuel pumps can come on. Please leave them all alone. Everything all up. That's all okay. APU.
Crew to boarding starting.
Go ahead and start this. Quick check along the aircraft. It takes a few moments for the L777s to fire up all the screens and whatnot. So we'll leave it sit here at the moment. While we're waiting, let's go into SimBrief. And we already have an idea of what we're doing in terms of departure and arrival, right? So we'll go to new flight. Airline is Firefly Air 235, departing out of KIAG, and we're going to KVGC, isn't it? Or KCVG. KCVG. And we're taking a 777 freighter. And our routing, as I said, we were expecting ICNAV, T-Mills, and the Tigger. So that's very, very different. Good man, Murphy. That looks better. And that looks better. Right. Fairly straightforward from what we can see. An hour 40 block time, 2.8 right and 3.6 right. What other options do we have? Right, let's just plan this and see what happens. And we can do the same in here. So we're going to be KIAG, and it's going to be KCVG, Cincinnati, and our route is going to be ICNAV. From ICNAV, it's over to T-Mills. From T-Mills, it's going to be ACO, which is the Akron VOR, it looks like. Then it's APE. Appleton, Tacan, Echo Ape, and then UCTAS, or UCTAS. And from there, it's the Tigger 4 arrival. So let me see. Select arrival, Tigger 4 from UCTAS. And we're planning runway 36 right. And then our departure, runway 28 right. That looks good to me. We'll move this guy over there. We'll bring in our Navigraph now, and we're going to do the same. So Navigraph, we're going to unload. We're going to import from SimBrief, and there's our flight here now. Pops, take it easy, bud. Map, we're going to change it to IFR and turn it to nighttime, otherwise Dougal will go absolutely bonkers. So let's have a look at what we're planning here. So we're going to be departing out of runway 28 right, which is going to be the longest runway. That's grand. We're facing the west, we know that. It's a non-standard departure, so let's just have a look here. Is there any information on our departures? No departures available. Airport charts, we'll just go in and verify this. Let's see here now. Airports, Niagara Falls, charts, taxi, airport information, that's already there. Airport information continued. Additional runway information, heavy concentrations of gulls and blackbirds and starlings all the way up to 5,000 feet. We want to watch that. Pilots are reminded to review airport hotspot information. Parachute jumping activity operations from sunrise to sunset. All right. Runway 28 is what we're blasting from. Runway 6 and 24, that's grand. 10 and 28, that's okay. Roll out end of runway last 900. Activate on 1185 when tower in up. So that's our local frequency. Runway incursion, don't worry about that. Lower than standard, that's okay. That's okay. Obstacle clearance, that's okay. Alright. Zybok, good to see you. Birds, Eddie, birds. Right, okay, that looks fairly straightforward. Any references there? No. So it's very, very straightforward here at Niagara Falls. Now, Cincinnati is going to be a different kettle of fish. So let's look at the charts and we'll get some airport information charts. Reference Class B airspace. Class Bravo. Jesus, Cincinnati's Class Bravo. Okay. Let's have a look here now. So charts, taxi, airport information. Right, let's get a bit of familiarization where we're going. This is a big ass airport. We're planning to land runway 27? No, runway 36, right. I have a feeling they're going to give us 27. Flipper Ally, good morning. I've just a feeling we could get 27. It doesn't utilize lasso procedures. Successive or simultaneous departures from these runways are approved. That's okay. The Amazon ramp. DHL ramp. There's a night gone with FedEx. Uh-oh. FedEx sure will go on behalf of Amazon for the crack. Right, okay. Airport information, takeoff minimums, no. Parking spots. That's okay, that's okay, that's okay. Low vis if needed. 747 approved taxiways. Shouldn't apply to us. Alright, okay. Let's look at our approach then. So we're going to be planning an ILS. I don't know, man. Are we going to be going for that? It doesn't seem right. Hang on. What are they doing in the real world? Three six right.
Oxy 258, Cincinnati Tower, runway 36 center, clear plan.
Let's have a look at this. This waypoint I didn't like. Our routing UK ATS. Jesus. UK ATS. It would oh jeez. So where was it? UCTAS from APE. The requested modification will result in an invalid flight plan. Yeah. That's okay. But I want to edit the devil. Yeah, 36 right. More than likely, yes. Okay. Overlays. None. Map. We'll go IF4. Ownership, vehicle, aircraft. Right, okay. Okay, 3.6 it is. What else do I want to do? Right, so let's have a look at our routing. So we're going to be blasting off from 28 right. We're heading down the way. T-Mills, Echo, Ape. Then it's down to that Uktas. That's going to fly us down as far as Mansek. And then we'll need to do some sort of a vectoring to get us on, right? Alright. So if we were to vector ourselves... ILS 36 right final. Alright, let's add this one in. So Lapper. Yeah, that makes sense. Back is and then across. Rough. Mandatory 6,000, maximum 210. Right turn, right turn, right turn. That's fairly straightforward. What's our missed approach going to be like? Climb to 1,500 feet, climbing right, turn up to 4,000 feet, direct VLM VOR and hold. Alright. Fall mount VOR. That's fairly straightforward, isn't it? So if it all goes wrong, we climb, we turn, and we head off direct. We'll need to be savage careful here. Usually 36 center for landing, Dougal, do you reckon? Yeah, why don't we change that? So we'll do the ILS 36 center arrival. Alright, let's have a look at this missed approach. Okay, this is different. Climb to 4,000, direct, dully and hold. That's safer. Because if we were going to be going 36 right, it was asking us to turn back down to the southeast, which would actually put us in the way of aircraft arriving. Yeah? So this one is way better. If we have to miss the approach, fly straight on, direct to Dudley, or Dooley, beg your pardon, and just hold. I would rather 3-6 center, to be honest. You know, you can use the RUP transition. Yeah, we probably will. I mean, we can go RUP transition, but like, either or, doesn't matter. Like, either or, it doesn't matter. Like, if you look at our approach from here, you know, it's going to be RUP no matter what way we do it, because it's mandatory. We'll come in this way. And then our initial fix is going to be here. Our initial approach fix is there, and then our fix is going to be coming in here at Kimru. But I'm a lot more comfortable with that missed approach, because the other one was taking us off in the way of incoming aircraft. Didn't want that at all. Alright, so let's get a bit of planning here. If we land on 3-6 center, where do we want to be parking? So what's the aero term facility, and how big is it? Aero term facility maintenance, perhaps? Otherwise we're heading all the way down here to either Amazon or into DHL. So I don't know, can we park in there? Let's find out. So we want to load into Cincinnati now to check it out. While we're here, just do a quick look. This is a default airport in the sim. Not much we can do with it. Taxiways are okay. So we can taxi out this direction later on. There's nothing that's going to like clip our wings or any of that kind of stuff. Abdullah, good to see it. Runway 28 is what we're planning for a departure. And yeah, it's a sizable enough runway. And expect that sort of weather later on. And it's cold. It even looks cold. Alright. So that's the first bit of the jigsaw. Let's go off now and load ourselves into Cincinnati. Make sure that's working. And we'll have a better idea of what we're doing. So KCVG. Cincinnati. And let's have a look. Yeah, don't know. Although it looks big. Huh. Load us in here and let's see what happens. I mean, we could be lucky. Yeah, there's loads of space, look. It's Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. We're just doing some planning for our VATSIM flight for tonight. 100% CPU utilization. It'll all calm down in a moment. There we go. Okay. So I don't know, is it like maintenance or what? I'm not quite sure. Jeez, it's a fairly big old facility this, isn't it? Okay, so we have the Amazon ramp and you have DHL. That's who's down here. Right? So this is all Amazon. Like, you want to be careful going in there with that friggin' stupid light there. That just doesn't seem right. Sure doesn't. So that must be all the Amazon side. And then this is all the DHL side. Which makes sense. You just didn't put any of the details into them. Cornwolf, nice one, buddy. Thank you for that. Awesome. Fire station. This is field air scenery. This is a 2020 scenery. Wait, now, have I got two sceneries running here? It kind of looks like it, doesn't it? Is there a default Cincinnati airport, lads? Like, is that one or two towers? Yeah, the scenery doesn't look right, does it? Is there a default Cincinnati? I mean, I don't think there is. I better check that. I mean, it looks okay. So here's 3-6 center, if I'm not mistaken. So that's what we're going to aim for. That's the one we want, right? And then our parking, we're going to ask to park up, you know, up the top right here. Now, it's not a big to do if we have to go down by DHL or that. That's not a big to do at all. But I'm going to try and get us parking up here later on this evening. Because it looks like there's sufficient space here. You know what I mean? Big old airport, isn't it? Jesus, it's huge. Okay. Do all our loading now. It's like there's two sceneries loaded in, but I can't be sure. That's how the tower looks like. Yeah. I don't know. It's like there's like a mini scenery underneath it. I don't think there is, though. Okay. I'm happy enough with that, lads. Missed approach. We have an idea. I'd rather plan that for the missed approach. By the way, like when you're doing like any sort of flight planning for VATSIM flights, your missed approach, spend a bit of time on that to figure out where you might have to go, right? Also, some of our waypoints along the way, if we do have ATC, well, they could route us direct to certain areas along our flight plan, or they can give us a different waypoint. So you want to play around with that. Our cruising altitude for tonight's flight, we're going to be up on flight level 340. And we have a block time of about an hour and 40. Probably give us an hour and 20 in the air. Something like that. Cold Nebo, good to see you. So, yeah. Hey, Sumner, welcome in. So yeah, I'm fairly happy with that. With the weather, I don't know why they don't use the 2.7s. Like 2.7 will be prime this evening, but it's going to be calm winds, so I'm not overly worried. 2.7 would reduce them though to a single runway operation, which I totally get. You know. Now they could throw 3.8 left at us. 8,000 feet long. 11,000 is the center. 12,000 is the 2.7s. So it's hard to know, but yeah, I'm not overly worried. Remote parking. So up here, remote parking north. 29B. Charts. Remote parking north. That's what it's called. So we'll just ask them for remote north parking. Because otherwise we're going to be down onto the DHL ramp. DHL, and then you have Amazon. But like, I'm not mad on that little entry down into the Amazon ramp. Like, that just seems very, very tight to get in there. And like, if that was a 747 approved, how the hell did they get in there? You know what I mean? What's the orange mean? No, they're okay. So we're going to be up at the North Fire Station. It's a huge airport. We're going to be up at the North Fire Station. That's what we're aiming for. So, I'm happy enough with that. So that's how it's going to look. And then, as I said, our missed approach, we'll worry about that at a moment. We have our... There's Bacchass. Tigger, Chars, Bacchass. Then it's going to be a left turn to Rupp. So see, we have Rupp there on the plan. So from Rupp, our ILS takes over. Here's Rupp. We'll come down to Grapt. Right turn, right again, and in. And if all goes wrong, the missed approach is going to be climb to 4,000 feet, direct dually and hold. Continue climb in the hold to 4,000 feet. So we keep heading up to 4,000 feet, and that's going to be enter the hold, teardrop entry, and it's going to be clockwise rotations. All right. Right, are we happy enough with that, gentle persons? It should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to this flight, taking this behemoth. The 777. We're taking this machine for a spin this evening, so yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Not Bacchus and Rump. No, it's not. Okay, I'm happy enough with that. This should be fun. Right, lads, we're back at 2000 Zulu in about 7 hours. Is it? No, 6. Yeah, about 6.5 hours. We shall be back as we do this flyage, and I'm looking forward to this one tonight over on the VATSIM network. So, lads, thank you all so very, very much indeed for tuning in today. Massive thanks to Innie Bills for the crazy 50 donate or 50 gifted tier 1 subs here on Twitch. Amazing. And yeah, looking forward to this flight later on for sure. So right, that's it. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and we'll see you in a couple of hours. Until then, you take care. It's usually the best. It's the best way to do things. You know what I mean? Usually the best way to do things is, no matter what sort of a day you're having, just come in and just have a bit of a slag with me, you know? Oh, me knee! Oh, they're bashing me knee.
Fancy pedals.
Fancy pedals.
Uh-oh.
No. This is.
Steady.
Listen.
Hang on.
It's a hurricane.
On his button.
It's a hurricane. Oh, power off. Bit of right rudder.
Easy.
Bleed that speed.
Oh, he's down.
Oh, look at that! I gotta brake now, brake. Oh, wait, where's your button? Here you are.
It's a fake.
Oh,
He put
in
it
a
on-
hurricane.
He put it onto easy mode.
Thank you very much.
Look at the state of that for a landing.
Can I just say, if you're busy any evening on Monday, Wednesday, Friday,
Yeah,
I'm available.
Will you give me like tutorials or something, will you? Jesus.
I'll do it.
Neil Mayo Guth. What do you mean the two wands? They were professional pilots who were sharing their expertise and experience about what it's like to fly whilst wearing tight clothing. Two things I just can't do. No. Don't fire the milk at me. The cows will go nuts. They'll cry in the fields. What a waste! Cow juice.
So look at this big E